to Out of Bounds. As always, joined by John Luck. I'm Brian Berard. Yesterday we talked about the Patriots' 30-1-20 loss to Jacksonville. Today we'll continue to talk about the New England Patriots as they have went out and traded for wide receiver Josh Gordon. We'll take a look at the particulars in just a second here, but John, do you agree with the trade? Do you like the fact that they went out and got Josh Gordon?
I do. It's one of those low risk, high rewards. You're only giving up a fifth-round draft pick if you're the Patriots. And, I mean, he hasn't played a full season in, almost 5 years? Over the past 3 years, I think it's been that he's actually been active in the NFL. He's only played 11 games. So if you can keep him on the straight and narrow in New England, then it's a great pickup. I think when he is on the field, he can actually help your football team. He may be one of the best wide receivers. The only issue is actually keeping him on the freaking field because he keeps getting busted for marijuana, OUIs. His issues just continue to pile up. If Bill Belichick and Tom Brady can keep him on the straight and narrow, this could be a great deal. It could be almost like a Corey Dillon or a Randy Moss type of deal. But if he screws up, you're only giving up, a fifth-round pick.
Yeah, I think there's potential there. I think Josh Gordon is an absolute freak of a talent. I think that he can be an elite wide receiver in this league. But, John, you said it. You have to keep the guy sober. He's even come out and admitted for all of his college games, he was not sober. And for majority of his NFL games, he was not sober. Drinking before the game or smoking before the game, that's the part that's this guy is a train wreck.
Okay, counterpoint.
Okay. I don't know how you're going to defend this, but please.
Do you not remember Babe Ruth coming up to the plate?
Okay, all right. Look, here's the thing. Baseball in the 1920s is completely different than the NFL in the 2010s.
If this is how he's going to play as he's half in the bag, then cool, great. He can only play better if he's sober.
Okay, until he gets suspended for 16 games.
Well, you tried. You only gave him a fifth-round draft pick, and he gets suspended 16 games. Cool.
All right, so we're going to take a look at the dumpster fire of Patriots wide receivers here. So the first two, Deion Branch, David Givens, I'll give you those. Bethel Johnson, bust. PK Sam, bust. Chad Jackson, Matt Slater, bust as wide receiver. Brandon Tate, bust. Julian Edelman was drafted as a quarterback, made into your slot receiver, suspended for first 4 games. Taylor Price, don't know him. Jeremy Ebert, never heard of him. Aaron Dobson, bust. Josh Boyce, bust. Jeremy Gallen, bust. Malcolm Mitchell only could play 2 games. Devin Lucien and Braxton Berrios. Look at those. All those guys are bust, for the exception of maybe 2 receivers, and Edelman, who became a receiver after being a quarterback. The suck bag of receivers that the Patriots have. I mean, you have Bill Belichick, who's the greatest GM of all time, can't draft a receiver. But I understand why they now need to go out and get an elite player like Josh Gordon. And by the way, the Patriots are the only team in the NFL that have 1 homegrown wide receiver on their roster. You saw the list of horrible receivers that they had there. They needed to go out and get a guy. Dez Bryant was out on the market. They could have traded for Golden Tate, but instead they go for a guy that can't stay freaking sober.
Well, the reason they got Josh Gordon is because of what they gave up. If you wanted to go get a receiver like a Golden Tate, there were rumors out there that Detroit wanted 2 of the better players on defense of the New England Patriots. Are you willing to take that hit? Or are you willing to take the hit where you're only giving up a fifth-round draft pick? If I'm the Patriots, I'm going to roll the dice, especially since Julian Edelman's coming back in a couple weeks. You still have Gronkowski, you have Chris Hogan. All you need to do if you're the Patriots is patchwork this thing together for the next 2 weeks. Week 5 against Indianapolis on Thursday Night Football. Then you have a mini bye week. Then you can start getting receivers back into play here. You just need Josh Gordon on this football field for the next 2 weeks. After that, anything after that is a cherry on top in my eyes.
All right, so you brought up a good point about money. Josh Gordon is only going to be, I think, a $790,000 cap hit to this team. And, Dez Bryant was going to be a lot of money, and Golden Tate was going to be a lot of money. So you bring him in here at good value. And, John, you said it absolutely right. It's low risk, high reward. And you have a player like Tom Brady that's sitting there going, wait a minute, you had to let go of Danny Amendola for all this money, and now you have to bring in a guy that can never stay on the field. He showed up late to a Browns facility after injuring his hamstring in a promotional thing, a party or whatever you have to be. He had injured his hamstring partying, and then he shows up to the Browns facility there, drunk out of his mind. And they said even the Cleveland Browns, a team that has not won a game in 2 years, gave up on you. And you're sitting there, and you're supposed to be excited as a Patriots fan that they bring in this bum of a person?
If you're the Patriots, what you do is very simple. Get him some sort of a life coach on this football team. There's a lot of players on this New England Patriots squad that you could go ahead and pair him up with. Gronkowski would probably not be one of them. If you're trying to think of a player to put him with, maybe a Matthew Slater. Have Matthew Slater try and keep an eye on him. Because like I said, if he's a sober player and he can learn the playbook probably in the next couple weeks, I think he could probably be one of your better receivers. But if not, then this guy is just going to be nothing more than a running joke in the NFL.
Does Josh Gordon stay on this team for the remainder of the season?
No. I don't think so.
So you think that they just traded away that 5th-round draft pick, got Gordon, and now a 7th-round draft pick, pretty much for a 2-week rental, 2, 3, maybe even beyond that?
I told you, the Patriots, obviously they wouldn't mind having Josh Gordon there for the rest of the season. They want him there the rest of the season. But you just need him on the team for the next 2 weeks. After that, then then you have Edelman coming back, and you have the New England Patriots back. You just need Josh Gordon to stay clean for the game against Detroit and the game against Miami. After that, it's gravy.
I think he's going to be on the team for the rest of the year, but I don't think he's going to make an impact on this team. I think if you bring him on there as that deep threat, you can open up the underneath part of the field, and that way, Chris Hogan and Julian Edelman can kind of reap the benefits of having that.
You just need, basically, Josh Gordon, I think, is going to be used more as a decoy. Because we saw against Jacksonville, especially when Gronkowski was getting guarded, he had 2 men on him at all times. If you have Josh Gordon in there, he might not get the reception, but he may get a target. He may force the defensive coordinator of the other team to go ahead and put a safety on him or focus a corner on him and try and get Gronkowski open for that short 5-10 yard pass.
All right, well, we'll just have to wait and see what Josh Gordon is going to be to this Patriots offense. But before we go, as always, reminder, you can always watch plenty of BTV programming, including Out of Bounds, on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/BTV Access or search BTV Access Corporation in the search bar. So for John Luck, I'm Brian Berard. Thanks for watching Out of Bounds.